Hey y'all, this is Reverend Kit Holmes. It is Wednesday. That means it is time for One Mind Wednesday. It is Wednesday, October 1st, 2025. Today I'm talking about gravity, that good old physics principle. We know we're stuck to the earth and can't do a whole lot of it. We've been trying throughout humankind to defy gravity, have we not? And as in the description of this post, that spirituality, like physics, and they are quite similar in that they both have their principles and their laws. And when we work with them, things go pretty smoothly. When we work against them, no, not so much. The thing is about consciousness and our spiritual practices is that those principles and laws are immutable, meaning even if we are unaware of them, we are still subjected to them. We are subject to them. Doesn't matter if we can't claim ignorance and expect to have things go well if we are out of alignment with those laws and principles. So the short version of that today is I'm going to apply the example of when perhaps you might wake up in the middle of the night with a lot of anxiety. I've been known to do that a time or two myself. And the thing is, we can use, that's the beauty of spiritual law, spiritual principles. We can use them just like we use the laws of physics. And it takes some practice, it takes some work, it takes some awareness. So in that wake-up moment of the sky is falling, the world is collapsing, everything's going to hell in a handbag, and we can have a choice. We can remain awake for hours upon hours trying to figure out how to fix it all, or we can use a spiritual principle that goes back to the source, the one thing that created everything, the one mind, the first idea, first cause of cause and effect. And we can use that principle, we can use that law to say, I'm not going to go down this rabbit hole, because the more I think about my anxiety, the more I think about my troubles, the more I think about the pointing fingers and blaming and all those, and they're wrong and I'm right and I don't know what to do and the world is falling apart, we get more of that. That is the principle. That is the spiritual law. What we think about, we bring about. That's the simple way of saying that. So in those early morning hours, or whenever throughout your day, it is taking the moment to say, I am choosing not to put my consciousness on everything that looks like it's falling apart. And that sounds, well, wow, that sounds really simple, Kit. Yeah, it's a simple concept. It's a very simple principle. It applies across the board. Whether you are thinking about negative things or positive things, where you put your attention and where you put your emotion behind them is what you're going to get more of in your experience. So that's my assignment. That is your science project, your physics assignment, your spiritual principle assignment for this week. In those moments of anxiety, give yourself some way to take a break, take a breath, remind yourself. And as I said, this is a practice. It's a practice. To stop and say, do I want to create more of that, whatever that is? And if the answer is yes, have at it. Because if you want to create more good stuff, have at it. Put your focus and attention on love, peace, power, beauty, joy, compassion, kindness. If you want more of the other stuff, go ahead, knock it out of the park. Put your attention on that, and you will definitely get more of it. So, practice this week. Practice, practice, practice. Okay? This is Reverend Kit from One Mind Wednesday. Remember, we are all part of that one mind, and we are a part of that one consciousness. So everything that we do affects it. It affects us. It affects the collective. So kindness matters. Love is the only answer. I love you all dearly, and I will see you again next Wednesday. Take care.